At the young age of 20, Hal Elrod was hit by a drunk driver and died for 6 minutes. But after being given a second chance at life, he is not wasting a minute of it, and he doesn't want you to either. So joining me now is Hal Elrod. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You got it. I want to get right to this because I feel like I am so guilty of several of your tips. These are tips that successful people do, but
Sure.
I am very guilty of the first one, as a lot of people are at home, right? Hitting the snooze button in the morning.
Yeah, it's
I
what
always
I call
do this.
the sleeping beauty. And you think about it, most Americans waste their morning, right? They hit the snooze button over and over again, but successful people know better. They use that time when their willpower is the strongest to work on their goals and work on their dreams. So don't hit the snooze button. Wake up with energy, excitement, take your life head on.
Okay. So what's the best way to break that one habit? Because I feel like I just hit snooze and I kind of start to wake up, but that's not the case.
Here's the secret. The alarm clock has to be across the room.
Oh, okay.
Because think about it, when the alarm goes off, you're still half asleep, right? You hit that snooze button over and over and over. It's way too easy. But if you're across the room, right, the motion creates energy, you're more awake, and then go brush your teeth, wash your face, get going.
Okay, so I'm going to try to break that one. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my phone across the room, I guess.
That's it. Yeah.
Number 2. Okay, the Starbucks one, right?
The Starbucks conundrum. And that is, do not start your day with a cup of coffee. Now, most people, you know, they get angry when I start sharing this. I'm a coffee drinker myself, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, when we're in the morning waking up, we're dehydrated by default. 8 hours, no water.
All right.
So I'm not saying don't drink coffee. I'm saying you've got to start by downing a full glass of water, then head to Starbucks, grab a latte or whatever you want to drink.
I'm going to be peeing all morning, by the way. That's probably TMI, but yeah, that's a lot.
And that's good. You should be doing that a lot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the Starbucks conundrum. Then the next one is Mr. Clean.
The Mr. Clean. And that is, a lot of people take a shower first thing in the morning, you know, and that can be good to wake you up. But the problem is, you don't want to go exercise then. Right?
True.
You don't want to go get sweaty if you just showered. So wait, I always say you got to earn your morning shower. Right? Earn your morning shower. Go break a sweat, because morning exercise is so important to getting the blood to your brain, the oxygen to your brain, and releasing those endorphins that make you feel good.
Right. Okay. All right. The Mr. Clean, work out, then go shower. All right. Another one. A lot of people are guilty of this. Checking all Facebook in the morning, right?
Yeah. I call it the Mark Zuckerberg, right? Do not check Facebook or email for that matter. And the problem isn't that you're wasting time on email or Facebook. It's that you haven't prioritized what are the most important things in my life that are going to allow me to achieve what I want in my life. Do those first. And then once you spend 30 minutes on your priorities, you can check email, Facebook all you want.
All right. You don't think there's like an important email like, hey, I need you to come into work right away? That's not important to check?
If that's the case, right, then you look for that email, right? So you don't just mindlessly, you know, I call it the Facebook coma, right, where you're just scanning down your news feed. And all of a sudden 5 minutes go by and you just snap out, you're like, what am I doing? Why did I come here? Wasn't I going to post something? Right?
Okay, all right, I see that. But the emails you say might be okay if you're needing one. Okay, so the email. Then this is funny. I love these names, by the way. The Al Bundy.
Sure. And that is, do not have a mediocre morning. And this kind of wraps up this whole thing. It goes back to that first point. Most Americans waste their morning. And science has proven that our willpower is the strongest in the morning. You know, it's like a cell phone battery. It wears out all day long. So identify what your biggest goals and your dreams are, those things you've been putting off saying, I don't have time. And write that book, start that business, train for that marathon. You know, whatever it is that you really want in your life outside of your day-to-day job, work on that in the morning and you can achieve anything and everything that you want.
All right. Even if, what would you say to someone who they're like, I am not a morning person, I'm a night owl? What would you say to them?
I was not a morning person either. I would say that saying I'm not a morning person is like saying I'm not a runner.
Oh,
that just means you haven't ran. You haven't, so, and it's like anything, it's conditioning. You wake up in the morning enough, and all of a sudden, after a week or a month of doing it, you're like, wow, I'm a morning person, you know? So.
Okay, so you just got to get into the practice of doing it.
Yeah, and setting that alarm clock across the room is huge, starting with a full glass of water, and then working on things, you know, in my new book, The Miracle Morning, I talk about spending the first 30 to 60 minutes working on 2 things. Half of it is making you strong, mentally, physically, emotionally, intellectually, reading, meditating, exercising, journaling, right? That's what the Miracle Morning is. Then the second half is working on your goals and your dreams and what you want. And if you start your day like that, it's hard to have a bad day and it's hard to have anything but an extraordinary life.
Okay. Well, Hal, you have lots of great tips, and I'm sure even in the book there's a lot more. Where can our viewers go for more tips and your book?
So you can get the book on Amazon, or you can get 2 free chapters if you want to just try it out at miraclemorning.com.
Okay. All right. And one last tip. Give us a great tip just to set us off for the day.
I believe the purpose in life. Love the life you have while you create the life of your dreams. Don't think you have to wait for the latter to do the former. Wake up and love every minute of the life that we get to live. Be grateful grateful and create everything you've ever wanted for your life and do it now. Don't wait.
All right, Hal, thank you so much for coming.
It's been an honor. Thank you.
Thanks.